Hello and welcome to Who Is Best, a show where I, Claudine, take games that give you choices and rate those choices in a tier list. And if you're excited for the Baten Kaitos HD Remaster, then hit that subscribe button. Baten Kaitos is a GameCube exclusive RPG based around a card mechanic. During a character's turn, you are given a hand of cards and you can draw for a combo. There are thousands of cards and even more combos of those cards. Each character has access to specific cards that are represented in weapons and special abilities. On top of this, cards have elements or extra abilities. Each character also has a specific cadence of combos, making some more difficult than others. Finally, characters are broken up into two different categories: magic users and physical attackers. Seeing as the HD Remaster is coming out soon, I thought it appropriate to make this list. So let's get started with the tier. Savina is on the tier not because she is a terrible physical character, but because she has such an intense barrier to entry that the majority of players will pass on her for more reasonable characters. Savina, unfortunately, has an incredibly fast cadence for card usage, almost beyond the ability of the players to use it. You see, you only have so much time to look through your hand, compose a combo, and choose your cards. Even on the normal speed characters, it can be difficult, but Savina is absolutely crazy. Her individual attacks are way too fast and you have little time to think. That being said, if you can master her speed and load her up on Frozen Soul cards, you have the potential to soft lock enemies in combat. The low tier. Next up on our list, and the only member of the low tier, is Mizuti. Mizuti is a lesser Zella with low health and a similar build out. Unfortunately, Mizuti is recruited late in the game and at a low level, which usually makes most players default to Zella. If you're using Liud for light element coverage, then Mizuti could be a good choice compared to Zella due to her special, but ultimately Zella will be the better choice. The mid tier. The only member of the mid tier is Gibari. Barring speed, Gibari is a very strong physical character. There's not much more to say here. He gives decent elemental coverage and usually works well in most team compositions. You have him almost from the beginning of the game, making him a pretty safe choice for your team. The top tier. Liud is an interesting case. He specializes in light and dark element damage and ends up being your biggest boss slayer. He also ends up being one of the easiest characters to pull off combos, resulting in consistently high damage. Yes, he doesn't have a lot of elemental coverage, but he has plenty of non-elemental attacks to cover those shortcomings. If he had better stats, he might have ended up being the best character in the entire game. The final member of the top tier is Zella. Zella just fits the needs of most parties in Baten Kaitos. She's a healer with hyper-effective magic and manageable speed. The majority of her finishers are going to be light damage, so she's not going to mesh well with Liud. But aside from that, she has one of the best party synergies in the game and is very hard to replace throughout your playthrough. The God tier. Callus, the hero of the story, is the best character in the game. He's powerful, has a very manageable speed for card combos, a huge assortment of weapons with the best stats in the game. He hits hard and gives great coverage in elements like Dark, Fire, and Chronos. On top of this, he can use Guardian Spirit moves and is a required member for your playthrough, so you're stuck with him whether you like it or not. Now, as for the optimal party, most people agree that the initial 3 party members, Callus, Zella, and Gibari, are the best. There is an argument that Liud can replace Gibari or even Zella, but ultimately if you want equal coverage, this is your best team. To make your playthrough interesting, you could forgo a healer and use a team like Callus, Liud, and Savina. And that's our list. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you all later.